Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Connor but not McGregor, and this is my first ever Pokemon challenge. Today we'll be seeing if I can beat Pokemon Fire Red with a team of only one Absol. For my first Pokemon challenge run I wanted to do something that wouldn't be too difficult, but also something that means a lot to me. Absol is my favourite Pokemon to this day. Something about a cute cat creature with a moon horn is something I love. Looking at the stats, Absol has great attack, but kind of average everything else. This may come in handy, but in Gen 3, all Dark-type moves are special moves, so we won't be getting any hard-hitting stab moves. The moves it learns by level up are exciting. I'm really looking forward to Swords Dance at level 26, and Double Team at level 31 may very well be the saving grace of this run. I didn't realise how few Dark moves Absol gets by level up, the first one not being until Bite at level 21. This means Brock could be quite problematic without some grinding. Its TM move list, however, is looking quite good. There's plenty of coverage and a lot of moves I'm looking forward to learning, as long as I can find the TMs for them. I'm guessing this will be a reasonably easy one, which I'm totally okay with for a first run. Let's go over the rules. We're using the person who inspired me to do this, Madrybread's rules. So, if you've seen his videos, and if you haven't, I highly recommend you check him out, link in the description, you know what to expect. In battle, I'll only be able to use Absol. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but they'll be left in the party and never used in battle. No glitches or exploits, and no items in battle. Only held items and Pokeballs to catch the HM Pokemon are allowed. Also like Madrybread, I'm writing the script as I go along with the run, so all of this part has been written before I've even started. I'm sorry for copying your intro almost word for word, Madrybread. I hope you forgive me until I find my own niche. And, for the first time in my life, let's do this. I start off by using the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to change Bulbasaur into Absol. I chose Bulbasaur because he was the first Pokemon I ever used back when I first played Fire Red all those years ago. I named my rival MDB because I was watching his tutorial on how he makes these Pokemon challenge videos in the background and I couldn't think of anything else. I named the Absol Mooncat because of course I did, and then we get straight into the first battle. Right away, Absol's great attack is shining straight through, as we take the enemy Charmander down in 2 hits. Even without the critical, it wouldn't have taken more than 3. We have an easy walk up to Viridian, grab old mate's parcel, and stop back in to drop it off. I should probably say that I haven't played Fire Red in over 10 years, because I thought our mum came out and gave us the running shoes, but I guess we'll just have to walk through the bug-filled forest. Speaking of the bug-filled forest, we immediately run into this weird diseased Rattata. We put it out of its misery and continue on. Walking through, we reach level 9 and learn Taunt. Now here's something I've never done before. What happens if you use Taunt on a Pokemon that only knows non-attacking moves? Well, the answer is it starts struggling. Another Pokemon mystery solved. We run into another diseased Rattata. There must be some kind of plague going on. Wow, isn't that on the nose for 2021? We exterminate it and move on. Up next is Brock. We try Brock at level 12. I go for a Leer to try and bring his defense down as he uses Defense Curl, completely negating our Leer. I try for a Taunt to force him into use attacking moves, while I Leer to get his defense down, but this doesn't go to plan as I realise I have no idea how Taunt actually works. Our tackles don't do much damage at all, as it continues to stack up defense curls. Eventually, we're only doing 1 damage, as he hits back for about 1/5 of our health each time. This isn't good. We knock Gyarados out with a crit, but sit there on 4 HP as Onix comes out. He takes us down in a single Rock Tomb. We're gonna have to grind. I come back at level 15 after learning Quick Attack and go for the exact same strategy. We go backwards and forwards with Leers and Defense Curls until I give up on that and go straight into Quick Attacking. We look a lot better as we take down Gyarados and go into Onix, but Rock Tomb hits back quite hard. It's close, but I think I'm gonna need another few levels. We come back into Brock at level 18 after getting Razor Wind. I decide that leering Gyarados isn't worth it with him knowing Defense Curl, so I just spam Quick Attack until he goes down. Things are looking good as we go into Onix at 43 HP. I know he's going to use Rock Tomb to lower my speed straight away, so I go in with a Leer to try to get 1 in before I'm slower than him. I whip up Razor Wind as he goes in with another Rock Tomb, lowering our speeds so that we are now slower than him. Razor Wind goes off and does decent damage as he goes in for Bind. I go for another Razor Wind and he goes down to orange HP. I use Quick Attack hoping to knock him out, but he survives on what must be 1 HP. He hits back with a Bind and we barely survive, but one more Quick Attack is enough to take him down and nab us the first badge. I haven't struggled that much against the first gym in a while, but I can tell it's all uphill from here. Along the way to Mount Moon, I stop to catch a Spearow that we can teach fly later on, and that's when I realise I've made my first mistake. I can't weaken the Spearow without killing it. So I just YOLO ball it while speeding the game up until I catch it. We stop off at the Mount Moon Pokemon Center and invest 500 of the finest Pokédollars into our future, buying this Magikarp. I name it Waste because it's a waste in more ways than one, and instantly stuff it in the PC so that I can forget that it exists. In Mount Moon we take down a single Zubat and get 69, nice, XP to take us to level 21, getting us Bite. Thank God we have a decent stab move now at 60 base power, but remember that all dark moves in this gen are special, so we will need some normal moves to take advantage of Absol's attack. I realise how little I remember about any Kanto game as I get lost in Mount Moon as much as I did when I was a kid. I debate for a second as to whether to steal a joke, and then we finally get out of Mount Moon. Walking into Cerulean City, we have a choice as to whether to head north and fight our rival, or head straight to the gym. I literally toss a coin and decide to fight Misty first. Compared to Brock, this fight is an absolute joke. Grinding up to be able to handle Brock has left us high enough level to easily take Misty down on the first attempt. I'm feeling pretty confident for the rest of the run. We head towards Nugget Bridge and stomp our rival into the ground. I don't feel too good for the future of his Rattata. We level up after the fight and replace Leah with Swords Dance, and ascend our big kitty to God status. Nugget Bridge is nothing interesting, so we think about getting a Mew for a few seconds before heading straight to Bill's house. Finally getting Bite has turned this entire part of the game into a joke, so we help Bill fulfill his dreams of being a furry, then head off to the SSN. An old man tells us how much he loves Rapidash in just a bit too much detail, and gives us a bike voucher. Why is a bicycle worth as much as 200 nuggets of gold? Whatever. Aboard the SSN we face off against our rival again. He still gets absolutely destroyed by us. I hope we get to see that Raticate again soon. I get creeped out by another old man, debate getting another Mew, and then leave and head straight for the worst puzzle in the game. Seriously, whoever designed this puzzle really deserves to live in a new layer of hell. I noticed that those diseased Rattata from Viridian seem to populate this place quite a bit, so I guess it's time to continue my extermination. Serge is up next. His first 2 Pokemon go down without an issue, but his Pikachu's static hits me with paralysis. I realise how much I rely on item use in battle as I have to physically restrain myself from using a Paralyze heal. This is also where I start to notice how overleveled Absol is getting compared to everything we're facing. I think things will get more difficult as we approach the end of the game, and the enemy Pokemon's base stat totals become higher than ours, but for now these battles are just flying by. My long time without playing a Kanto game also hits hard at this point, as I totally forget where to go. I know Eric is the next gym leader, but I don't remember how to get to Celadon. So I just head off to Lavender Town as a guest and... right. The Snorlax. Well, back to Cerulean, I guess. While in Cerulean, I stop off and grab a bike. I don't think I'll be using it outside of cycling roads, since whenever I'm not recording, I'm using Speed Up, which is perfectly fast enough to combine with the running shoes, but it's still nice to have. I get to Rock Tunnel and then I realise I totally don't have Flash, and I don't remember where to get it. I think you get it from one of Professor Oak's aides, but Dr. Google's gonna have to answer this one. I need to catch 10 types of Pokemon, which I haven't been doing, so I only have HM users. But guess I'd better go get them. My joke about Pikachu being a diseased Rattata has now kind of backfired, because catching one would have given me an extra Pokemon to the Pokédex, as well as a Flash user. But I still think it was worth it. I start throwing Pokeballs at random Pokemon. Each one takes a few tries because my Absol is far too high a level to hit them without killing them. I catch 10 random Pokemon and find out that the Paras I caught as a cut user can also learn Flash, so that was lucky. One problem I had with all this running around is that the levels Absol is gaining from the trainer battles is really starting to add up. I know I wanted something reasonably easy for my first run, but this is getting a bit ridiculous. While going through Rock Tunnel, Absol reaches level 36 and learns Slash. a great physical move that will take advantage of both Absol's high attack stat and the bonus that Swords Dance will give. Absol is really starting to become a powerhouse. I make it through Rock Tunnel and end up in Lavender Town. The game kinda opens up at this point. You can sort of head anywhere, but we're going to try to do it in proper order. So, off I head to Erica in Celadon. When we arrive, I remember that we don't need to spend money on the drinks and instead pick up the tea from the old lady in the mansion. Erica's up now, and she's just as easy as the rest of the leaders have been. I set up Swords Dance against her Tangler and one-shot everything. I probably didn't even need to set up Swords Dance looking back on it. Next run, I'm definitely picking a weaker Pokemon. I remember that some plot happens here, so I go off to the game corner for the Team Rocket hideout. After struggling with the floor puzzles for a bit, I get to Giovanni. I was a bit worried because of how little PP Absol's moves had after grinding through the hideout, but we're such a high level that it doesn't even matter. We get the Silph Scope, head straight for Lavender Town. Heading up Pokemon Tower, we see Madrybread conveniently in this area. His team is no match for a Sword Dance Slash, so we take him out with no issue. Something was off about his team, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Oh well. We save Mr. Fuji and get the Pokeflute, opening up most routes in the game. I'm heading straight to Silphco from here so we can try get in and fight Sabrina. Head into Silphco and instantly remember how awful this place is. 11 floors is way too many. On the bright side, the levels of these Pokemon are starting to catch up, and I even struggle in some of the battles. At this point, I start to realize the issues we're going to have with Steel types. We only have Dark and Normal attacking moves and still resist both. Magnemite and Magneton causes some real issues, but we battle through. And thank God we're not doing this in Gen 2. I'm sorry Jasmine, I love you. We get to the rival fight in Silphco and to my surprise, we struggle a bit. I didn't want to set up against the Pidgeot because I was worried about Sand Attack lowering our accuracy, so I knock it out and try to set up against Gyarados. That was a huge mistake. He uses Dragon Range. Why does it always do 40 damage? It makes us an easy target for Charizard with his Flamethrower. I'm glad that we're actually having some challenge, and I will need to strategize. I was getting a bit too complacent with the rest of the fight so far. Oh, by the way, if anyone knows an easy way to keep the rest of the Pokemon on my team knocked out without intentionally using them in battle, please let me know. I mean, they aren't strong enough to even come close to handling any of the enemies we're up against, but it'd still be nice to not have to get them knocked out one at a time. We try again against our rival. This time I take it slower and plan out what to do. I take the time to set up 5 double teams against Pidgeot before realizing another mistake I've made. Because my HM Pokemon aren't fainted, Whirlwind could drag them in. That's a problem. Luckily it doesn't happen and we take Pidgeot down in 2 bites. Gyarados is up next. Dragon Rage hits us back for 40 damage, but with a lucky bite crit we take him down. Against Charizard we get insanely lucky and land 2 bite flinches. Execute and Alakazam are easy one-shots with bite. This was a close one, and I don't know how likely it is we would have won without those insanely lucky flinches against Charizard. Well, I'll take it. Giovanni's up next. I set up 3 Sword Dances, putting us at max attack and one-shot Nidorino. Nidoqueen and Kangaskhan both go down in one shot, but I'm worried about Rhyhorn. I hit him with a bite, which unfortunately doesn't get boosted by Swords Dance. He just comes back with a scary face, so we easily get the victory. Fights like these are exactly why I was excited to have Swords Dance. With a high crit chance of Slash and +6 on attack, there aren't many things that we can't take down. With Team Rocket driven out of Saffron, we head straight for Sabrina's gym. After running around the teleports for a while, we face her down. As expected, having a Dark type made this gym a complete joke, as I one-shot everything on her team except for Alakazam, but he only uses Calm Mind, gets healed, and then 2-shot with Bite. I welcome that after the difficulty I had as a child against her. It's no wonder Gen 2 introduced Dark types. I head over Cycling Road towards Fuchsia, but I got given this Master Ball at the Silphco. Worth it. I forgot to record myself grabbing Surf and Strength, so here's a picture of a baby goat, and then we head off to get Koga. I set up 3 Swords Dances against Coughing, but he lands a crit that puts us into orange health. Coughing goes down in one hit, and then out comes Muck. I'm worried about Minimize, but he also goes down in one slash. Next Coughing goes down easy, then out comes his ace, Wheezing. If this thing self-destructs and kill me, I'm still counting that as a loss. Luckily it doesn't matter, as Swords Dance Slash takes him down and we score the badge. I struggle back up Cycling Road because I hate myself, and I pick up Fly. We fly back to Pallet Town and surf down to Cinnabar because Seafoam Islands can go to hell. Spend a few minutes trying to get Infinite Master Balls before remembering that I already used it on the rarest Pokemon of all, then head into the Pokemon Mansion. I decide that Slash isn't quite cutting it anymore. Ha! I didn't even realise that pun before I said it. So I replace it with Strength, which has 10 more base power. We're going to have to do some serious TM learning soon. I power through the Fire Gym because I'm not an idiot, and we're up against Blaine. Let's go. I set up 2 Sword Dances against Growlithe, but he lands back 2 Fire Blasts that knock us down into orange health. I'm worried that I won't be able to survive another one, so we go straight into using Strength, and hey, what do you know? It's a one-shot sweep. Even against the level 47 Arcanine, we still take it down in a single hit. Neat. Off to Giovanni. I set up 3 Sword Dances against Rhyhorn, who lowers our speed as low as it can go with Scary Face. This isn't good. We one-shot the Rhyhorn as Nidoqueen comes out. This is going to be a DPS race. We one-shot her with Strength. Unfortunately her Poison Point gets us. This also isn't good. Nidoqueen is out next and we take an Earthquake to the face, but again we one-shot her with Strength. Poison deals us damage and Nidoking comes out. Another Earthquake and Strength later, Dugtrio comes out. But we aren't in a good spot as Earthquake takes us down. I need a new strategy. Round 2 starts as I bite the Rhyhorn, taking it out with no issue at all. I accidentally bite Nidoqueen, but luckily it causes a flinch. I set up 1 Swords Dance as she hits back with an Earthquake. I go for Strength and that takes her out. Up next is Nidoking. I go for Strength and, again, it's a one-shot. Dugtrio is next and we take him out just as easily. Last is Rhyhorn and Strength only does about half. He comes back with Scary Face, lowering our speed. I'm not sure if his Strength will take him out from his HP, so I go for a bite and just secure the win. Off to the Elite Four, but first, we have our rival. I Swords Dance twice against Pidgeot as we take 2 wing attacks, then one shot with Strength. Why did I spell it Wyhorn? Comes out and we take it down with a single bite. Execute comes out and a super effective bite takes it out. Gyarados comes out and Intimidate cuts down our attack. It doesn't matter though, we still one-shot it with Strength. Charizard also goes down with a single Strength, and last is Alakazam, who just barely survives 1 bite. Surprisingly, he uses Disable, so Strength just takes it down. Swapping Slash for Strength was definitely the right move. Alright, Elite Four time. Lorelei is up first. Dugong comes out, and I go for a Swords Dance. Dugong makes a Hail, and I use the free turn to do another Swords Dance. They set up a Safeguard, and we start with the Strength. Dugong goes down in an OK, and out comes Cloyster. He lives on a Sliver, and then sets up some Spikes, which don't matter, I'm not changing Pokemon. Lorelei uses a full Restore, and we go back to Strength, but this time, we get a high roll, and just take down the Cloyster. Slowbro is next, and I try a Bite, which takes him to half. We take a Surf, putting us under yellow health, and another Bite takes him out. Lapras is next, and we go back with Strength to take him out easily. Jinx is last, and Strength does it, giving us the win. Bruno is up next. Out comes his Onix, giving us time to use Swords Dance. Rocktomb misses, so we go for another Swords Dance as he hits with Earthquake. I cross my fingers and go for Strength, which doesn't kill. We take another Earthquake, but finally finish him off with Strength. Hitmonchan comes out and goes down in 1 Strength. Are you noticing a pattern here? Hitmonlee comes out, and Strength does it again. Marchamp is up next, and he barely survives, knocking us out and losing us the battle. I'm really confident I can win this, so I'm going to go for it again. I hate to be cheap, but I have to start double teaming straight away. 1 hit from Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee is enough to take us out. This strategy works as I barely scrape by with a win, surviving on 13 HP. I use the 6 rare candies I've collected on Absol, taking him up to level 69. Nice. Ghost Trainer Agatha is up next. Gengar is out first. The single bite almost takes it out, but we score a flinch. Agatha heals Gengar and we bite again. 1 more bite and Gengar is down. Golbat comes out and I start setting up Swords Dance. He hits back with Air Cutter and I go into Strength, OHKOing him. Arbok is out next and Intimidate cuts our attack, so I use another Swords Dance. We get hit with a Sludge Bomb, taking us down to orange and inflicting us with poison. Oh god, this isn't good. We hit back with Strength, knocking it out. This is going to be close. Gengar is out next and we bite, scoring a lucky crit, taking him down. Horner is out last and Poison takes us down to 16 HP. But I just took out a Gengar, so one bite to this Haunter easily gives us the win there. But it was close. Now we're up to Dragon Trainer lands. If I'm struggling this much against the Elite Four, I'm worried about our rival. First out is Gyarados. Intimidate lowers our attack, so I go straight into Swords Dance. We get hit with Dragon Rage, which is a guaranteed 40 damage. Earlier this move was a problem, but now that we have more HP, I don't really have an issue with it. I use another Swords Dance and get hit with another Dragon Rage. That's perfect. So I go for Strength, down goes the Gyarados. Then I find out he has an Aerodactyl. The Rock type terrifies me. I risk the Strength, which does just a bit over half, and get hit with a Scary Face. Somehow, Aerodactyl misses Hyper Beam and we take it out with Strength. Dragonite is next. We're slower, but he misses Hyper Beam, giving us a free hit. Lance heals up, and we go for Strength again. But Dragonite goes first, and we take a Hyper Beam to the face. I might need to double team here. On our second try, I go straight into double team. We get hit with Twister, but that does barely anything. And then another Dragon Rage. Gyarados misses Dragon Rage as I continue to double team. After using it 6 times, I'm confident to start Swords Dancing. I max out Swords Dance, only getting hit with one Twister. And I begin the Strength Slaughter. Gyarados, Aerodactyl, Dragonite, Dragonair, Dragonair. Without double team, I don't know how I would have done that. Rival time. Pidgeot comes out and I'm really worried about Sand Attack. I use one Swords Dance as he lands a Sand Attack, lowering our accuracy. I go straight for Strength to knock it out as quick as I can. Alakazam comes out next and I go for a bite. I miss because of the Sand Attack, but he just sets up a Reflect. My second bite lands, which he barely survives, and he uses Recover. He doesn't heal up enough, so a second bite takes him down. Up next is Rhydon. Ugh. I miss a bite and I take a Scary Face in return. My next bite lands, taking him down to half. Reflect goes down, so I try for a Strength. It connects, but he just barely survives. I think Bite is the play here. We get hit by an Earthquake, taking us down to orange, and he heals up again. Final Earthquake takes us down. I'm going to need to double team. I want to take out that Pidgeot as quick as I can, so I set up a Swords Dance as it lowers our accuracy. Our Strength lands, knocking him out. While Alakazam sets up a Reflect and a Recover, I set up my remaining 3 double teams. I didn't have any more PP items. Alakazam wastes his turns on Recover, and our bite lands. We miss our next bite, and he recovers to full. I Swords Dance while he sets up another Reflect. I then try Strength. Reflect doesn't matter, and our Swords Dance Strength takes him down. I'm going into Rhydon with one more Swords Dance than last time, so I'm confident Strength is the better move. I was right, but only after Reflect went down the turn after. 2 Strengths and we take out Rhydon. Strength connects on the Executor, taking him out. Gyarados comes out and his Intimidate cuts down our attack, but it doesn't matter as Strength connects, finishing off Gyarados. Last Pokemon. Strength misses as he lands a crit Aerial Ace. This is close. I go for Strength and it connects, one-shotting him and winning the run. Well, that was it for my first ever Pokemon Challenge run. I had a blast. Absol is my favourite Pokemon, so doing a solo run with him was a brilliant introduction to the world of solo challenge runs. The whole middle section of this run was far too easy, but the ending really made up for it. I was surprised that Strength and Bite were endgame moves. I thought I would have used more TMs. Next time, I might pick a weaker Pokemon. and I would like to, in future, not rely on double teams so much. I know this video may not be particularly good. I've dabbled with making videos in the past, but I've never put as much effort or time into them as I have this one. I haven't quite found my niche yet, and I'm not very good at editing, but hey, the only way to improve at these things is to just do them. Thank you to Madrybread, whose challenge runs inspired me to create my own. Thank you to JRose11, whose longer form solo Pokemon runs kept me quite entertained while playing through this. A link to both of their channels will be down in the description. If you like this video, feel free to leave a like. I plan on making this a semi-regular thing, so feel free to subscribe if you want to see more. I also stream over on Twitch. I'm really close to making an affiliate, and it would be awesome to reach that by the end of the year. A link to that will also be down in the description. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you next time.